fine. We'll try our hardest not to backtrack, but I'll answer some questions at the end also. So today we're going to go over how to use social media for your business, and specifically we're going to be going over Facebook. So who here, I know a couple people are on mute, so if you're working remote, just don't feel like you have to jump in, but is everyone here currently utilizing Facebook for their business? No? Okay. Awesome. Well, we'll start out with some of the more basics, and then we'll start going into what you can do every day on your personal Facebook to help you get more leads as well. Okay? So the first step, and we'll go over, I plan on sharing my screen, but because we're going to start out with kind of just how to get started, we'll kind of just go over and you're able to take some notes, and if you want to ask questions after this portion, that'll be fine too. So first of all, even if you don't use it often, you are going to want to create a business account for yourself as a realtor, and that way you'll stay compliant with the state of Ohio and the National Association of Realtors. So what that looks like is creating a Facebook name, whether that says Caitlin Johnson, realtor, powered by Keller Williams, Greater Cleveland Southeast. That's always acceptable. If you say Kate Johnson, Keller Williams, Greater Cleveland Southeast as your name, that's also okay. You're always just going to want to remember in the title of your business page, you always want to have the brokerage's name next to yours. It's very, very important for compliance reasons. And the second reason it's so important to have a Facebook for your business page is because that's the only way you can run ads through command. So you cannot run any kind of Facebook ads through a personal Facebook account. When you do run a Facebook ad through your business account, you will not be able to go onto your, I am so sorry to interrupt my own self. I see so many people hopping on, so I'm going to just take 1 minute and let everybody get situated, and then I'll dive back in. I know it's probably going to be confusing if they hear halfway through, but we're just recapping why it's important to have a business Facebook page if you plan on posting any kind of business related items for marketing purposes or to gain business. We stated that it's incredibly important to remain compliant on Facebook, or Facebook could kick you off of Facebook and then you'd have to completely start after you get likes and views. So always, always, always have the brokerage's name next to your name when you're creating a business Facebook account. Does that make sense? Okay. And when you're creating Facebook ads via command, it's incredibly helpful because it syncs right to your business page, and you'll never have to go into Facebook and make sure that it's posted. It'll always post directly through command. There'll be kind of like an approval or a denial process before it actually gets posted. So there are specific things that Facebook looks for in an ad to make sure, you're advertising safely and the correct things and you're not doing anything crazy. So there's always going to be a slight period of time when you post a Facebook ad where you're waiting for it to get approved. So that's completely normal. If you've never posted an ad before and you're interested in doing that, happy to spend 15 minutes with you on a one-on-one to get you up to speed so we can post some ads for you this week or next week. Moving into your business page, what you should be posting on your business Facebook page to get leads on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So what I usually like to do is sit down at the beginning of the month and kind of plan out what that content should look like.
It's a Zoom class.
So what I typically do.
Oh, you go ahead and watch.
No, you watch too.
Sorry. Hey, Logan, do you mind just muting everyone really quick, and I'll unmute myself? Thank you. Am I good now? Okay, thanks guys. Sorry about that. So what I usually like to do is sit down at the beginning of the month and look throughout the month what is going to be the best times to post, if I can prep any kind of graphics or post ahead of time. So as an example, I thought we could talk about August, since that's fastly approaching. So this August obviously is very different in comparison to previous August that we've had, seeing that going back to school looks different. So let's take a look about and see what we can do for the month of August. So when I pull it up, I see that the first is on a Saturday. And what we can do as a business page is posting something like a graphic that Logan makes. Logan uses things like Canva, but you can also utilize Command in their designs tab. Everything's completely free. You can also, if you're a little bit more advanced, go into something like a PicMonkey, or just get into a different realm of design like Photoshop. But really all you need is like something like Command. Simple basic templates already in use, and they post templates based on the month also. So maybe your first post of the month is on August 1st, and you say, happy Saturday and happy August 1st. July was a fantastic month for me in the world of real estate. I want to thank all of my clients, my friends and family who support me, and I'm looking forward to a fantastic start to the third quarter, or a push into the third quarter. Great way for you to engage and thank all of your followers and your friends on your business page, and just help them kind of like and comment on your posts so they'll keep seeing your reoccurring posts. It looks like there's really not that many kind of holidays or anything. Most of the time I'd pre-plan any kind of holiday post I was planning, like a Labor Day post, a Father's Day post, Easter post. That way you don't have to spend time over the holiday and kind of scramble to create that graphic. So really take some time at the end of each month or the beginning of the month to kind of plan out those posts that you're going to want to engage with your friends and followers. Those are kind of things that are saying thank you. I love when realtors post maybe 3 different pictures of different kitchens and say post or comment which kitchen is your favorite. The goal of these engaging posts is to get more people to like and comment on all of your posts. That's how their friends will see more of your posts. They'll see more of your posts, and in return, you'll definitely see more engagement. Now, as far as ads, that really is kind of like a different class, but just to touch on what your ads should look like on your Facebook page, there's always, and even with your regular posts, you should always kind of want to have a call to action in the caption. So whether that is, sorry, Logan, if you could go ahead and do that one more time. Thank you so much. Okay, am I good? Okay, awesome. So there's always going to be a call to action at the end of each of your posts in your caption. So what that looks like is comment below your favorite kitchen, or call me today to schedule a complimentary CMA, or go to my Facebook page and leave a review for a chance to win, or send me a referral by X date. There's always going to be a call to action in any of your posts, so your followers and your friends always know what you're wanting them to do. So with the Facebook ad, that's very similar. And to clarify, when you do an ad in Command, you will never see it in the feed of your Facebook business page. It's what's called a dark post. So if you had a friend go check out your business page 10 minutes after you ran an ad, they will not find it on your Facebook page. In Command, you have the option to say, this Facebook ad is for first-time home buyers. It's in a fantastic neighborhood. For a first-time home buyer, it's around $150,000. I really want to advertise this only to people ages 19 through 30 in 2-mile radius of Solon. And so when you post that via Command, that is the only viewer who's going to be able to see it on Facebook. So say someone that's 45 looking for an upgraded home, say in the $300,000 range, they won't see that ad on their page, which is pretty helpful. And does anyone have any questions on Facebook ads and the specifics before we move on to your personal page?
Just hit the unmute button at the bottom left of your screen.
All set?
Wait, Kate, I have a question.
Yes.
So can you still do the age? Because I don't think you're allowed to put age ranges anymore for Facebook ads.
So Facebook ads, when you're creating them through Facebook, I don't believe that they have an age range anymore. Command does have an age range.
It does? Because I didn't see it when I did it.
Really?
Yeah, I'll double check it again the next time I do it. But I wasn't sure because I thought it was against those realtor rules.
The housing rules.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it definitely is a gray area. That's a really good point.
I just wasn't sure. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I missed it. I'll look at harder the next time I do it.
Sure. And to be fair, I've been out of production for about 3 months, so it might have changed. But we can always get Paul to teach a specific Command Facebook ad class to you, because I think that's a really valuable that could probably be a whole class in itself. But just wanted to make sure we could cover that a little bit today if anyone had any questions also.
I did one, Kate, and it says 19 to 65. So the age was there. I don't know if you can change it or modify it, but
Sure.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll definitely mark that as a note to touch base with Paul on and see if that's something that's changed. Maybe get the reason why and if there's anything we can do to change that on our end while we're posting also. So moving on to kind of your personal Facebook page. So Facebook is definitely not that picky in regards to what you post on your personal page. And I definitely would keep your specific business related items specifically to your business page and then share it to your personal page, just because we have seen or heard comments that sometimes people will kind of like unfriend you or unfollow you if they see too many Facebook or business related posts on your personal page. They really want to be there to see you as a person. They want to see what you're doing in your life. And of course, if you share your business page onto your personal page, they're going to love to support you. But they're also probably not going to see that as much as a picture of your kids at Easter or a picture of your family at Christmas, that kind of thing. Now, with that being said, I definitely recommend doing, this is how I implemented Facebook in my every single day social media. And I find this is really helpful for most agents. So what I would do first thing in the morning, or depending on when you lead generate, I usually lead generate from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So the first half hour is completely Facebook. So what I do is called the 555. And when I hop on my newsfeed, or you can even go into search your friends list and maybe try to find one of your friends that you haven't heard from in a while or haven't seen in a while, search their name or go on your newsfeed, and you're going to want to like 5 pictures. So I hop on Facebook in the morning and I see Michaeline posted a picture of her new garden. I'll like that. I see Deb posted a picture of a meal her husband cooked. I'll like that. And just so on and so forth. So you want to do 5 likes, and then you want to do 5 comments. So on another page, I see Janice had a birthday. So I'm going to say, oh my gosh, Janice, happy birthday. I hope to get together soon and celebrate. I see Sandy's granddaughter had a 21st birthday. Say, oh my gosh, where's the time gone? Congratulations, happy birthday. 5 comments. That way you kind of get your engagement up. And the reason behind that is when you comment on your friends' pages, you automatically start showing up more on their pages. So the more you engage and like and comment, the more you will get engagement on your own posts. And it's always nice, right, when you share a new listing photo, it's always better to get more likes and comments on your picture than say, 10 likes and 2 comments. It's always nicer to get more engagement. The more people will see it, and so on and so forth. The next, and I think the most important 5, is you'll want to send 5 private messages. And this is really important. It's just like sending a note card or something like a 36 touch. And this can be implemented in a 36 touch program also. And so every single morning I would send 5 direct messages. So maybe that was, I haven't spoken to my friend Logan in a few months, and I really want to reconnect with her, but I don't want it to be awkward. I don't want to just call and say, hey, do you want to buy a house? So what I would do is I'd search Logan on Facebook and see in the past 2 months, she's adopted a puppy and she has gotten a promotion. So I would send her a direct message first thing in the morning and say, Logan, I just have to say, I've been thinking about you lately. I'm so happy that you have your new puppy. Congratulations on the new promotion. How is life going for you? I feel like I haven't spoken to you. You've been on my mind. So proud to have you as a friend. And guess what? They're automatically going to say, you've made my day. Thank you so much. How's life going for you? How's work? And then the appropriate time would just say, the real estate market is absolutely on fire right now. It's been crazy. Do you have any questions about the real estate market right now? Or do you have any friends or family I can chat with? That way it comes from a place of caring and celebrating them first before you kind of ask for a referral or their business. And you want to do that 5 times. And so after a week, that's 25 contacts, which is pretty darn good to hit your sphere in a really natural kind of care call type of way. And it's free because Facebook is free. And it's definitely, you can replicate it very easily. It's a time block that you can hit every single day, every single week, every single month, and it never changes. So one of the reasons I love social media so much is because of that. It's incredibly cheap. It is replicatable, and it really doesn't take a lot of time. Like I said, I would do all of this in about 25, 30 minutes. Of course, they're going to want to engage with you throughout the day if they send messages back later, and that's okay. You don't have to answer back right away, especially if this is during your lead generating time. Maybe touching back later in the afternoon or in the evening and just saying, thanks so much for the message back. Love to chat with you. Let's grab coffee when the world gets less crazy, or let's go on a walk in the park, whatever have you. So does anyone have any questions about the 555? I know it's pretty straightforward, but you you would be surprised how many questions sometimes we get.
Caitlin, how do you do the direct message?
Yes, that's a great question. So when you go onto, I'll share my screen and just show you an example. So give me one moment. Let me pull Facebook up, and we'll go into my friends list and I'll message Logan as an example. Okay, so I'll share my screen. Oh, Logan, I'm so sorry. Can you enable screen sharing for me? Thanks, Logan. Sorry, ladies, just give me one moment. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen to Facebook, and my screen looks very dark. This is probably not what your Facebook looks like. And this is Logan's profiles. Don't worry about her latest post. She had family in town. They had some fun. So there's going to be a little button called message, and it looks like a little speech bubble with a little lightning bolt in there. So you're going to push message. Sorry, before that, we should go down and look at some of her posts. So she had some family in town. Her brother and her parents have been over lately. So an example of a message I would send Logan is, hi, Logan. It looks like your family visited recently. So happy you got to have that time during this craziness. I've been thinking about you and hope you are well. So easy, so nice, so genuine. I'm super happy Logan got to spend some time with family during all this crazy time. It really is coming from a place of caring and just wanting to reconnect and making sure, you always want to give before you ask. So it's a matter of, what can I do for you? Is there anything as your local real estate expert that you need right now? Are you doing any kind of home renovations while you're staying at home? Do you need a painter recommendation, or do you need a referral for an electrician? Oh my gosh, you're spending more time in the backyard. Do you need a fence referral? I have all of that information for you as your local real estate expert. Is there anything I can do for you? And just coming from, I've been thinking about you. I'm so happy you're well during these crazy times. And what can I do for you? And it's never once gone poorly for me in those conversations. Is there any other questions surrounding that 555 model?
Caitlin, what is your system for keeping track of all these contacts so you know who you've hit and others ones that you may have forgotten inadvertently?
Love it. So personally, I did use Command. So every single time I would message someone on Facebook, I would go into my Command, and we can look at that too if anyone has questions. But I'd go into my Command, update Logan's contact information, because the great part about Command is you can leave notes on people's names. So the notes can say, when was the last time I contacted Logan? What did we talk about? So the next time I email or message her in 6 months, I don't say the exact same thing, right? Because that's kind of awkward. And then it'll also give you the ability to kind of send you an alert in 90 days. Hey, you should check on Logan again. Or in 120 days, hey, you should check on Logan again. And if you wanted to do this incredibly systematically and keep track of who you're messaging, you can even do that in an alphabetical order. So say for the month of August, we're going to hit all of my friends that have a last name with the letter A. That'll also help you keep your Facebook or your Command nice and organized also. So if you're wanting to go And say you run out of friends because not a lot of people have the last name A. Great, do A and Z. So just in case life happens and you get busy in September and you only made it through halfway through the alphabet, you're not neglecting that back half of your friends list too. So maybe work inward and outward at the same time in those months. Any other questions surrounding that? I know it's pretty straightforward, but again, there's so many different ways to do it. I'd love to spend the time to kind of brainstorm some ways you guys can get started with this today also. So if you have any comments or questions, definitely hop in. Cool, so we'll move on a little bit. So the next thing we're going to talk about is how to get engagement on your personal Facebook page. So this is really important because we also want, of course, we're all Keller Williams Realtor rock stars here. So we want a lot of attention on social media because that's how we can get referrals for free, right? So wouldn't it be awesome if you hopped on Facebook once a day and someone on your friends list tagged you in a post of someone in the area looking for a rock star realtor? That's the goal, right? That's a free referral that you can touch base with and hopefully get under contract, and it costs you nothing except maybe 30 minutes in the morning engaging with your friends and family. That's definitely how I enjoy doing business, right? So one way to get engagement on your personal Facebook is making very intentional posts at least once a week. I know that sounds like a lot, but really it's very easy. With everything going on right now in the world, I know my Facebook friends loved when I used to post, and Cassie, I know Cassie's on the phone too. She always comments on mine. We're in Keller Williams Young Professionals together, so we talk about this quite often over there. My Facebook friends loved when we would post, hey, with all the craziness going on, like, I want to hear from you. What's one great thing that happened to you this week? Or in one picture, show me what you're most excited about life right now. You'll be so surprised what your friends and followers kind of post. Some people will post their pets. Some people will post a new car. Some people will post a picture of the beach and say, like, I'm counting down the days until we get to go on our honeymoon or our wedding next year. And what an opportunity to kind of put that in your command and say, Kate mentioned that she was so excited about getting married next year. What a way to send a private message in about 3 weeks, or send a handwritten card if you want it to be more personal and say, hey, I saw that you were super excited about this. Just know I'm super excited about it for you too. If you need anything in the coming months, or if you just want a sounding board to talk to, please call me. I'm available. I want to be a part of your happiness and your success. How special. I don't remember the last time I got in a handwritten note with any kind of intention behind it like that, which I think it would totally make my day. Not sure about everyone, but I think everyone appreciates a nice handwritten, thoughtful card once in a while, or just a private message too. So that's definitely one way to get engagement, asking for wins and tell me what you're excited about. Another fun thing you can do, and Amanda Pullman is such a great example of the next example, is posting something like, what's your favorite memory of your childhood? So many people are going to come out of the woodwork and just talk about what they miss about their childhood and talk about really exciting and fun times. And it's definitely a great way to kind of ease the tension instead of hopping on Facebook and just seeing politics and everything else that's happening. It's such a nice way to make you kind of that positive shining star outlet on social media. Another way you can get engagement on Facebook specifically is doing a poll. There's a poll option when you go to update your status. There's a poll option. So say, like, how many of my friends are going on vacation this year versus next year? How many of my friends would prefer to go on a tropical vacation, or would you rather go on a mountain vacation? It's just a fun way to get people to click yes, no, comment what they love about them, maybe post some pictures of their past vacations. It's a really fun way to just get people to think of you as a positive source on social media. So let's open it up for a moment and do some ahas. Is there anything about what we've talked about today that you think you could do? Sandy, you post every day. That's what I like to hear. Sorry, I missed your comment. She said once a week I post every day. That's great. So I definitely think the more you post, the better. The more your Facebook friends are going to see you. And if you want to be super intentional, start out smaller. Don't overwhelm yourself and don't feel like you're going to run out of ideas. I will always be someone that can help you brainstorm with that too. But back to opening up to AHAs, is there anything we talk about today or we want to still continue to talk about that you think you can implement in your business right away?
I'm gonna unmute everybody so you guys can talk.
Thanks, Logan. What do we think? What do we think we can do on Facebook that could help us start to get leads today? Any AHAs?
I'm glad you gave us options instead of phone calls for at least a half hour by lead generation every day. This I could
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I think sometimes people get so burnt out with the idea of lead generating because it's not fun to call people you don't know, right? It's not the most fun to call for sale by owners or expired listings. It's certainly more fun to touch base with your friends and family and offer yourself as a real estate expert. That's definitely a lot more appealing than calling for sale by owner. And while we might have to do both, it's definitely a great way to start your lead gen off with a positive note, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but if I ever give someone a compliment or send them a warm fuzzy or tell someone I'm thinking of them, it really does make you feel good too. And what a better way to start other kind of lead generating than starting from a place of gratitude and thankfulness, right? Kristen said, do you post the same content on Facebook and on Instagram? That's an awesome question. Next week, we're actually going to be doing our Instagram class. And it was I received feedback that not a lot of people have an Instagram. So next week, we're going to be doing kind of like the basics of how to get started on Instagram. And the short answer is sometimes. So I specifically post things just on Facebook that I wouldn't on Instagram and vice versa. And there's a really kind of like a Venn diagram, happy middle where you can post on both. And we'll be going over that next week. But the short answer is sometimes. So a lot of Instagram is just scrolling and looking at photos. So you don't necessarily post those, how many of my followers love beaches versus mountains. That's not typically an Instagram thing. That's more of a Facebook thing. And we'll go into content for Instagram next week. It's a great question. What else? Anyone have some AHAs, comments, questions?
Hey, this is Rondell. One thing that I do, I just kind of reach out to, I got like 5,000 Facebook friends, so not all of them, but kind of as many as possible, and just kind of introduce myself as their real estate resource. And it always goes pretty well. Either like the person has either had thoughts about like buying or selling a house, or like they have a family member who's looking to buy or sell. And then also too, when you message someone on Facebook, when you post it, it pops up in their timeline. So like Facebook kind of measures those relationships, and your posts will be in their timeline more consistently. So you kind of kill two birds with one stone by doing that.
I love that, Rondell. I totally agree. The more you engage with people via direct message, the better chances you are to get them seeing your actual posts. That's such a great point, Rondell. One other thing I loved what you said is you introduce yourself as the real estate expert, which is kind of cool for two reasons. Not only, like you said, you can get referrals from friends and family looking to buy or sell, but what if that person wants to become a realtor, right? Who better to reach out to than a real estate expert? And then Rondell looks like a rock star by saying, you know, I love that you're asking about real estate. Obviously, real estate is one of my biggest passions, and I love Keller Williams, and I love what I do. Why don't we take a couple of 15-minute phone call and sit down with my team leader, and she can talk to you about all kinds of questions you have about getting started. And when that person joins our office or joins Keller Williams and adds to your downline, you're making more money, and you really didn't have to do anything but give them my phone number, right? So there's plenty of ways to get business on real estate other than buying and selling too. It's a great way to build passive income and build your downline also. What do we think, guys? Anything else we want to talk about today? Was this class helpful for everyone?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
Good. Is there anything else? Do you guys have any specific questions about Facebook that we didn't cover that I can answer real quick for you?
I guess I need a private tutor for figuring out how to get, I have no idea how to connect Command to Facebook, and I'm just, you know, a little technologically challenged. So I've taken classes and things, but I get lost inside of the first or second step. So,
Sure.
you know,
I totally get that. Honestly, I mean, I like to consider myself a social media expert, and Command was still confusing for me when I first started also. So there's definitely no shame in saying you need some help. And I'm more than happy to sit down with everyone one-on-one and go over Command and Facebook in general too. I think it's such a great way to, you know, for free, get referrals, leads, social lead generate. I think it's an awesome way. So Kim, I would love to sit down and kind of chat with you about your business. And if anyone else wants to also, I'd be more than happy to.
okay.
All right. Anything else, ladies? I know Rondell, it looks like Rondell hopped off, so it's just the girls today. Anything else we want to say? I want to be respectful. of
I'm
your
still
time.
here.
Oh, Rondell, you're still here? We must have gone to a second page. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was great to have you. Sorry about that.
No problem. Thank you. It was,
Of course.
thank you.
Any other ahas or comments before we break today?
Nope.
So
Awesome.
with Facebook and with Command, I still need to figure out how to set up my landing page through Command.
Awesome. That's a great opportunity also. Again, I'd be more than happy, Janice, to sit down with you. And
Okay.
I think if you're talking about landing pages specifically, the best resource for you is probably doing a 15-minute one-on-one with Paul.
Okay.
He pretty much can set it up completely for you. And you can kind of tell him what you want it to look like and what you're mainly wanting to use the landing page for.
Okay.
It's so simple.
Yeah,
Especially
Paul will help you, because
Yeah.
he helped me. I mean, I use the basic Facebook landing page, but I use like a landing page for other like links like to my listings that he had a really good idea about. So I would just call Paul because it's really easy to set up, and he'll just walk you right through it.
Okay.
Are you talking about your landing page for your business page or your personal page?
No, well, I have a business Facebook page. I'm specifically talking about how he trained a couple weeks ago on our team meeting about when you run an ad through Command and you want to have something that's capturing the people's information.
Right.
So Command will capture their email address, phone number, you know, that specific. And it talks about having a Keller Williams website. And we had them before, but then when Command came, it kind of wiped our old ones away, and I never set up the new one.
Got it.
Yeah, and thank goodness that's luckily free for all KW agents. So that landing page that Paul will create for you is at no additional cost. And it essentially just captures contact information for people that push on your leads. That way, when you go into your contact database, say you see 4 people clicked on your Facebook lead about wanting to sell in XYZ neighborhood, that way you have an email and a phone number to give them a call and chat with them about that. So,
And even if you don't have time to do the landing page right away, just click Facebook's landing page because it still captures it in Command. You get your leads, it comes right to your notifications in Cal, and it's right there. It's all in there for you, and all you got to do is put your tag on it. It's really easy, and you know, he'll show you, he'll tell you. But you should,
Okay.
the landing pages that he taught me how to do is like, it brings you like, if you also want to say like, if you want to know more information about this listing, then like we have in Command, it kind of looks like an MLS sheet page, and it shows you like you set it up to this one landing page that you have, you know, a URL for, and you put it in your Facebook ad, and when they click on that to learn more about it, it shows you everything, whatever you would find in the MLS, all the pictures, all the you know, all the dimensions, everything, just everything about the house and the location, a plat map. So it's really a good thing to use.
love
Okay.
that. What a great resource too. All right, perfect. Well, is there anything else we want to talk about before we hop off today? Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. I want to continue to do these 30-minute social media series until we cover all of the platforms we're interested in. Next week, we're going to be doing Instagram. And the next week after that, we're going to be talking about how to utilize Canva and PicMonkey to create content. And from there, we're going to go on to things like Pinterest and YouTube. So if you have any special requests, I would love if you would just shoot me a text or an email. I want to get your interest on the calendar too. Okay?
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you. Great.
We'll talk to you soon. Have a great rest of the day. Talk to you at the
Thank you.
TV.
Everyone have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.